How to build a personal brand in 2020. Think about a well-known man or woman who you like to follow. Such people have one thing in common. They are outstanding. So let's get to 7 personal branding tactics that will get you noticed. And watch the whole video. I'll share some opportunities that people miss and you can take advantage of. Hi, my name is Marina Baraeva. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to grow your personal brand, start now by subscribing and clicking the bell so you won't miss anything. Number 1. When you share your expertise, stick to one topic for the whole year. If, for example, you want to be an expert in sales, then a majority of your content on the blog, social media, interviews, public speaking would somehow associated with the sales. If you want to be an expert in Instagram marketing, then that's what you want to focus on. People's brain works by repetition. They need to see you many times sharing the content around a particular niche. Then, when the topic will come up in any conversation or there will be a need in your service, guess what name will pop up in their brain if you've been in front of them for quite a long time sharing your expertise? Yours. The big mistake people make when they try to build a personal brand is to be an expert in everything or mix up several topics which are not much related to each other. Let's say you want to be known as an expert in sales, but also talk about Instagram marketing, a healthy lifestyle, or productivity. You'll confuse people in what you actually do. And stick with this topic for at least 1 year. That's enough time to start getting momentum when people begin recognizing you. Here's where the tip number 2 comes in. Be consistent. That's obvious that if today you talk about social media marketing and tomorrow you will talk about how to take care of babies, you will lose the audience. So stay consistent with the theme. But also develop a habit. Have you watched Game of Thrones? You start watching a TV show, then you want to watch more because you get into that, and then you begin waiting for the new episodes and expecting each new one at a specific day and time. Imagine if they would postpone the last episode for a day because they weren't up to publishing something that day. I think even for a few hours delay, audience would burn you as a crowd of dragons. So be consistent. Get on the schedule and stick to it. Prepare content for a few months in advance. You will see how easier it will be to organize everything for you and how people would start coming back for more. Tip number 3. Start creating video content. There is no secret already that all social media platforms push video content in front of the audience. All marketing reports predict increasing video content as consumer habits and preferences continually move to video content. All social media now have the ability to share videos. Live videos on Instagram, Facebook or LinkedIn, YouTube videos, IGTV, and plenty of others. So to build your personal brand, pick one primary social media network for this year and go in with the video content around the topic that you selected in the first step. Tip number 4. If you didn't do it yet, give a TEDx talk. I'm sure you watched some of the TEDx talks online, and as you know, TED is a very respectful brand. You may think, who? Me? Me? Yes, you. I believe in you. If you can invest time in the speech, and it will include about 60 to 90 hours of preparing and polishing your script, rehearsing it, polishing again, and then rehearsing, repeat several times, and then finally performing it. Then go for it. As a former TEDx speaker, I'm telling you, it's not that difficult as you think, and you'll be surprised how much it will help you to build a personal brand and open you doors if you plan to get more publicity or public speaking. If you remember, the slogan of TED is "Ideas worth spreading." Think about an idea that you can share with the world. How to use the experience that you've had so you can share something that will have an impact. But Marina, what if I don't have that much experience for a TEDx talk? Then create a project that's worth sharing. Chinese American entrepreneur Jia Jiang screwed up in business and found out that he is afraid of rejection. So he put an experiment getting into the rejection within 100 days. He filmed himself doing that, shared it on YouTube. But if you're too afraid of the camera, you can drop even on that. Then he summarized his experience and gave a TEDx talk, "What I Learned from 100 Days of Rejection." It was so good. So in several months, it was promoted to the main TED. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to pitch anyone and anything low quality to a TEDx talk. It is a serious thing that needs preparation and effort. However, I want to give you the sense that it's possible, and you've got an idea of how to make it cool and significant, even without a ton of experience. And if you have enough knowledge, then even more, get it done. Tip number 5. Create at least one project that involves influencers. Search for the influencers that serve the same audience as you and think about how you can involve them in your business in a direct or indirect way. I'll give you 3 ideas that are quite easy to recreate. For example, for my photography business, we collaborated with other micro-influencers in the community and organized a fashion show all together. Everyone who was involved supported an event in the area of their specializations. We wanted to bring our skills back, and we organized this event for charity. And everybody brought something unique there. We had a hairstylist, makeup artist, venue, DJ, dresses, everything. And everyone promoted it in their communities. In the end, we also got an article about that in a local magazine. Yes, it took us a lot of effort to put everything together, but it was really amazing. You can also use an indirect way to leverage the name of an influencer. Michael Schein wrote an article about Gary Vaynerchuk, sharing his point of view on Gary's approach, which did not support that much of Gary's style. It created a big buzz around Michael and his article. Gary Vaynerchuk replied to that article with the video, and his fans were talking about that for some time. I put the link to our interview about this story and how he leverages influencer's name to build a personal brand into the description. And then the third, one of the easiest ways to get influencers involved is to have a series of interviews about one topic or big idea. The key in all of these projects is they need to be meaningful somehow. There should be an idea, the mission behind. That's why it becomes attractive for the audience as well as for influencers. And that's how you get people involved without spending a ton of money. So let's say you want to interview influencers. George Stimley wanted to learn more about his ideal clients, chief marketing officers, so he started reaching out to them for the interview. Later, Josh published the book Chief Marketing Officers at Work, which includes interviews with 29 CMOs from companies like Spotify, Target, PayPal, GE, and the Home Depot. It was recognized as one of the 5 business books of 2016 in Success magazine and named one of 11 marketing books every CMO should read by Forbes. A link to our interview with Josh about how he has done it also in the description. And then, what do you do after you finish such projects? You share about them everywhere. And here's tip number 6. Get more media appearances and speaking. When you know what's your core message, get to more media with it. Focus on the area of your expertise. Bring interesting stories and case studies, and you will get noticed. Speaking one of the best ways to connect with people on a deeper level. Podcasts on their peaks now and still will grow. If you want to know about how to become a media celebrity and get interviewed on many niche podcasts, this guide will take you through the step-by-step process. If you want to download it for free, there is a link to it in the description below. And if you have an interesting story about collaborating with influencers, or you've done a meaningful project that helped you to grow your business, you can write me, and maybe we can feature you on Marketing for Creative show. Now, still, don't wait till you give TEDx talk, create a project, will work with the influencers, whatever. Nail down your topic and reach out to journalists. Start now. It's not that difficult to get featured. Once you accomplish something, you will have more to share and the ability to get to the higher media. And the last but not least, tip number 7. Build a relationship with your existing audience. Imagine if you would have a mentor who would support you in your growth, who would come to you not only when you ask for something, but would pay attention to what's going on in your life and would truly care about how is everything going with you. It's not only about business side, but also connection and relationship as the real person. If you don't show any love to your audience, why would you expect them to show any love or loyalty to you? Here are some of my favorite ways to engage with the community online. Ask what you can help them with. Go to their social media channels, read what they post, and comment on their stuff. Send them greeting messages on their birthdays or holidays, congratulate when they accomplish something, cheer them up when something happened. Also, you can introduce people to each other if you think it can be a good match, especially if you know people personally or you're familiar with their work. I sometimes recommend my guests for other podcasts. And then you can send personal messages on social media. It makes people feel special. Also, for now, many social media networks count them as a higher level of engagement. This means that you two might be interested to see each other's content more as you communicate through direct messages. So they see more of your content, and the same goes to you. These are small things that you can do with just a little bit of effort, but they build a long-lasting relationship. So here were 7 tips on how to build a personal brand in 2020. Check these cards at the sidebar. There are more useful videos related to what I talked about today and more guidance on how to do that. And let me know in the comments below which tip from what you just learned are you going to try next, or on which one you want me to share more detailed tips. If you enjoyed this video, like it, share with your fellow entrepreneurs, and subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to click a bell so you'll get notified about the new videos like this. And remember, you have everything to build your personal brand. I believe in you.